What's drugs got to do with it? Got to do with it. All right, buckle up. We're doing Goodwill's out of control. They've lost their fucking minds. And we've already covered this once before, but we're going to do it again. But we're going to really set the tone here. I covered this before. Actually, this guy here, he looks a lot like me. He covered this as well. But this comment really kind of sets the tone. Also, I used to be a reseller who is part of the problem on why these thrift stores have started price gouging. This t-shirt is going to make sense later. This was actually, we'll get into that. This one goes, I worked for Goodwill back in the early 1990s, and here's some info for you. Yes, they are a nonprofit, but haven't operated as one since around that time. Their mission was to help disabled people. Oh, that's a good selling point. Yeah, we help the disabled. Yeah. No, I like that's good. Write that down. In the community to have something to work, something to do. They fired all the disabled people who they paid way under federal minimum wage. That's a bold claim. Then the GM told us we need to compete with Macy's and Saks Fifth Avenue. Not to mention eBay, resellers. That's kind of more of the culprit in my opinion. Then the prices started to go up. Also, before we get jumping into this, the CEO of Goodwill currently is worth $12 million. Classic, dude. And that's why I was in the resale business. Before we dive into this video, this shirt is a 1993 tour t-shirt. The people that are in the Eagles, basically, right? I got this for $3 about 6 or 7 years ago. Back when thrift shops were thrift shops. And you go in there and here's $1. You're walking out with something, right? Literally, you come in with quarters, you're walking out with something. Now, I bought this with the intent to resell it. I actually did sell it on eBay for $85. Somebody bought it for $85. But then when I put it on, because I said, oh, this looks like it fits me, I fell in love with the shirt and I kept the shirt. But my point is if a thrift shop nowadays sees this shirt come in, it's not even ever going to hit the floor. And I'll show you their website just in a little bit here. Well, let's jump into this. This is going to be a good time. We'll get there. We're going to have some fun in this video. Take a hit.
Come with me to Goodwill and we will see how crazy the prices are. In the land of all things Disney, they want $29.99 for this music box globe.
No.
A slightly used Walmart candle for $4.99. A little tiny stainless steel dog bowl for $4.99. I'm guessing this is someone's grandma's urn for $25.99. A flat screen television is $49.99. Pretty sure you could get it new at Walmart. A random collection of Pokemon cards is $49.99. A slightly used Schwinn bike is $74.99. Who says you can't put a price on your health? This exercise bike is $34.99. A slightly dirty Mickey Mouse toy is $9.99. Wow, Barbie had a rough night and she's $7.99. Roll the dice where they've been.
That was a good one. I'm a Barbie girl.
Pillows for $4.99 each.
No.
There's usually a reason a vacuum steam mop is here, but this one's $50.
No. Dude, true story. I'm not even kidding you. I got crazy cousin Nestor. By the way, Nestor is not my cousin. It's just a funny joke. He helps run the channels. I was at a thrift recently, and since I used to be a reseller, okay? I'm going to say that 50 more times in this. And I don't go thrifting like I used to because I don't do it anymore. But I went thrifting, and I saw this old vintage vacuum. And I wasn't even thinking reseller like I used to be. Like, oh, I could get money for that. I just like vintage items, right? This is the best. I go up, I'm all stoked. I'm like, oh, man, this would be awesome for the crib. I look at the brand. I know it's a good brand. I don't even see a price on it. I start thinking to myself, I go, what's this worth on eBay? I look it up, $200 on eBay for like this 1985 vacuum. And I know these like metal ones, industrial ones are going to be better than most shit you buy nowadays. So I go, fuck it, we're getting it. I bring it to the front. I can't find a price on it. Nestor, guess how much they wanted? Guess.
$125.
You're close. It was 100 on the dot. Hey. Point is, I said absolutely fucking not. But it still like shook me because a lot of times nowadays, most of this stuff won't even hit the floor. It'll go to their website. We'll get there. We're going to have some fun.
A not cleaned out air fryer is $34.99.
Hey, welcome in. If you've ever walked into a Goodwill thinking,
Oh yeah, this guy's channel's like faceless. He just reposts, and YouTube has a new rule that if you're not saying anything, then they're not going to pay you money. So now he's got an AI guy doing it. We'll skip forward. I appreciate this channel for putting all these out here, though. Just getting them all in a row for me. All right. Bad will, not goodwill. This should be illegal. Dang, dang, dang.
How many of you guys grew up with Goodwill? I know I did. And I grew up with Goodwill prices. We came to Goodwill because we didn't have a lot of money to go and spend on brand new clothes, you know, so we come to the secondhand store to find just good quality of clothes, you know, maybe lightly used. That way we can still look good too. So it doesn't make any sense why we even have a secondhand store if you're just going to put full prices on things. I mean, look at this skirt. Almost $14 for this ugly skirt. Are you serious?
It's kind of groovy, though. And the fucking crazy thing is, so, like, the way they look at it is, you got to look at it like this. Let's jump over to their site before we continue here. Hold on. I got to show you guys the prices on this. It's just, it is glorious, dude. We're going to go over their website. But before we do, the thing is they know that when everything used to be $2, they wouldn't sell most things, right? So no matter what, most of it's garbage. Most of it nobody's going to buy. But the thing is people keep going to these places because you do come across that groovy skirt for $15. Once in a while you do. Like me and Nestor just got a cool couch. $200. This shit would have been $2,000. But we didn't go to Goodwill. We went to like a real church thrift shop that still exists. We went to a different one. We were furnished. He got a new apartment. They wanted $450 for this fucking coffee table. You remember that? Yeah, I couldn't believe that shit. But my point is most of this stuff, they know that us jamokes are going to still go there. But now, instead of walking out with 5 things for $10, we walk out with 1 thing for $15. It's kind of genius, actually. But it gets better. ShopGoodwill.com. This is actually why I left the resale business. And also, I just didn't want to do it anymore. I did it for like 5 years. But once Goodwill and all these thrift shops said, hey, you know what? We could start our own eBay page. I said, oh, we're fucked. We're never going to win. But just to give you an idea, we're on Goodwill.com. Right here. A vintage Lord Ganesh bronze sculpture. $102. $102. This is Goodwill here, guys. Okay? They have a fucking website. Look, they're selling jewelry now. I love that. $555. Earth minted diamonds. Whoa. A piece of shit camera that probably does not even work anymore. Actually, probably does. These old ones are pretty sturdy. $25. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at this. Wait. A candle holder designed by Carl Nagel. I don't know if it's Carl Nagel, but my point is 1960s, $70. Look at this. Look at this piece of shit. Oh, it's eclectic. Look at this. They got purses on here. They got a Coach purse vintage. $900 for a yellow mustard piece of shit. Look at this. Hold on. It gets better. Balenciaga running shoes. $133. We're giving back to the people, guys. Here's what I want to know. Who in their right fucking mind donated a real Chanel purse? Look at this. Come here. I've actually come up on some Chanel stuff, and I didn't even price gouge. I've come up on this exact purse that I bought from somebody for $200. I think they needed, I don't know why they needed money, but I only sold it for $500. And it was like sexy black, mint condition. It sold literally within 20 minutes. I undersold it. But Goodwill's selling it for $700 fucking dollars. Look at this. Prada. This is Goodwill now. Designer brand shit. They went from helping the disabled to luxury. From downtown. All right. I think you guys get the point on that. Let's go back. This is fun, though. I love these videos. All right. We're going to skip forward, though, a little bit. We need some better stuff.
Struggling, and Goodwill is supposed to be a place so we can come and get secondhand things so we don't have to spend as much money because we can't afford it. And they're making so much money off of our back, off of clothes that have been donated. Hey, they are, I don't even know what the percent margin is and how much money they're making off of free clothes that they're reselling back to the public.
And here's the funny part is you could have an argument, right? And yes, I think people like me, resellers, it became popular on YouTube about 7-8 years ago. Everybody and their uncle started to try and resell. It became a very popular deal. All right. I want to say we're part of the issue. The thing that we didn't do though, Nestor, I want you to take note of this. We weren't in Goodwill buying everything, right? We weren't in thrift shops buying everything. If I went to Goodwill and I came out with 5 items, that was a fucking hell of a day. Hell of a day, right? That's what it was. And in South Florida, people would buy shit. We got Haitian people. They'll buy stuff, send it back to Haiti. But now you're even outpricing the Haitians. But here's where I'm getting at. Even if you wanted to do a garage sale, people at garage sales are fucking lost their mind. I recently did a garage sale, but I did it right. I had everything set out. Everything was a fucking dollar. And some of the more expensive items were 10 to 20 bucks. We're talking for like side tables, stuff like that. But my goal was to get rid of everything. But if you were trying to do a garage sale, trying to get Goodwill prices, you're going to sell nothing and you're going to complete nothing. But throwing a garage sale is a fucking headache. And then you deal with people trying to buy stuff for $1. Okay? So that's the only thing is 1, stop fucking giving them stuff. 2, sell it on your own, which turns out is way harder than it looks. Okay? It's not like, oh yeah, just put this pair of fucking shoes on here and it's just going to sell. That's usually not how it works. And that's why people just end up giving it away, right? The next step is just throw it in the fucking trash. I mean, that's my honest opinion. And you have to stop going to these places. We haven't gone to one Goodwill, have we? No. Not one. We've only gone to real thrift shops, preferably the church-owned ones or the private-owned ones. And guess what? They're no better than Goodwill. They got their own fucking eBay pages. They do. It's the truth. This one's crazy, though, right here. Goodwill employees dressed as customers and taking sales colors tags to the back. That's the best.
Not believe what I saw today at Goodwill. This lady works for Goodwill, I'm assuming, and was pulling all of the white and tan tags off the shelves the whole time that I was there, and then putting them in the back. There was another lady that was also doing the same thing. I didn't think that it was actually true, but they are pulling all of the sale tags and putting them in the back.
It's like, yeah, 50% off these colors. There aren't any of these colors on the floor. That's the best.
Store. Crazy.
You know what else is fucking nuts? Nestor, you got to hear this one. So, he doesn't work there anymore. My homie Brian, vintage lord. He loved vintage stuff. So whenever he came up on good shit, he'd call me, and I'd pay him fairly for the stuff. Like, if I could get 50 for it, I'd give him 20. You know, we'd both make money. But he started driving a truck for a thrift shop. Check this out. And he would do runs where people would donate stuff, and they'd leave it on their porch or outside the garage. And he would go and hit stops every single day, pick up all the shit, throw it in the truck, fill the truck. By the end of the day, bring it back to Goodwill. Bring it back to the thrift shop. So he goes, Jack, you should just ride with me one day. I go, fuck it. So we went out. It was a long-ass day. But as we're pulling stuff, I'm in the back of the truck digging through and cherry-picking items. True story.
That's a sweet gig.
Sweet. I only did it twice. Sure. After that, I was like, this is way too much work. I go, you find something, I'll just buy it from you. You drop it off at my fucking house. But my point is if I did that, I don't even work there. Imagine if I worked there. Yeah. Oh, I'd be fucking like, I'm not saying that employees are doing this, but what I'm saying is if I was an employee there, I would be doing this. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm fucking saying. Like, that's the truth. This really happened. I actually did this shit. All right, let's skip forward a little bit. Diddly diddly do, diddly diddly dee. We got to go to the comment section on that last video that I did. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me put my penis in it. There it is.
Squishmallows, specifically food squishmallows. However, there are a few of the animal ones that I really enjoy. And I know people have been talking about how in thrifting the prices have been getting absolutely insane because of online resellers and such, but I didn't realize it was this bad. This is a donated walrus squishmallow. It has a sharp...
Squishmallow, it's a fucking stuffed animal, lady. Settle down. I'm not even mad at Goodwill anymore. I'm more upset with her. Squishmallow.
Don't you think it's kind of gross to buy stuff like
Are
that?
you kidding me? That's like buying I'm wearing a fucking used shirt. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I can't. I'm wearing it.
But you
know?
get intimate with a pillow, though.
Yeah. Like buying a pillow. I mean, I guess we did buy a couch. How many people shit their pants on that thing? The couch we bought was actually a pull-out sleeper, a Davenport.
It was
actually,
a brand new mattress, though.
But Nestor hits me up the next day. He goes, dude, the mattress was brand new. It's still in the wrapper. I was like, good, because who knows who the fuck did anything on that.
P-mark
But you got a point, though. A lot of this stuff, you got dirty animals here. How much is this shit?
on its face. And it's $24.99, so full price, brand new for this guy.
Fucking loser. That's awesome, dude. Hold on, we're gonna fast forward one more. Okay, you know what? I'm done with this vid. Let's go to the comments from the last video. What was that guy? This fucking guy. Stealing my style, this dude. I'm just kidding. This is my second channel. Where we did. People ask me why do I have a second channel. It's just the length. These are shorter videos, more to the point. On this channel, they're longer, more in depth. We hang out. You're chilling. You're doing stuff around the house. You got time to kill. This is where you come. Okay. Let's go back. The CEO is worth $12 million. That's the best, dude. But that's why I got into the resale game. Was because, one, pawn shops have always been around. There's a reason for that. And two, you don't need a degree to do it. People are usually always have a lot of stuff. You just tell somebody you resell stuff for a living. They go, I got a garage full of shit, bro. Come on over. I'm not kidding. They'll just give you stuff. I mean, there's a free section on Craigslist, on Facebook. People are just like, take it away from me. All right. The people donating are also defrauded. They think they're doing a good deed, but they're just helping a company rob people
true.
in need. 1,000%. But also, like I said, it's hard to even give this stuff away for free. I mean, you could list it online for free and somebody come pick it up, especially when it's a heap load of shit. So I don't want to say it's like pointless, but I do. They are price robbed. They're out of their fucking minds. That's for sure. With the prices, it's just criminal. Moral of the story: when you find a good hustle, keep your mouth shut. 1,000%. I actually never really made videos about reselling stuff. This is the first time I'm doing it. I just did it, but 7-8 years ago, there was a like Craigslist Hunter. He's actually cool. He owns like a pawn shop and he films himself in the day-to-day pawn shop life. But that was somebody who was like kind of the pioneer of like showing you that you can do this. But he was also realistic. He's like, the only real way to do this is to have a storefront and sell on eBay at the same time and have people come in selling you things. But a lot of other people jumped up. It got to the point where, let's say somebody started an eBay page and they're making $1,000 a month. They still have to have a job. They would start filming their garage sale hunting, their thrift shops. And so instead of actually making money from eBay, they started making their money from the videos. And people were just curious and like, it was like this. It's still a real thing, but that exploded. But it gave a lot of people the idea that, hey, I can make money from this. But the truth is it's very hard to make a full-time living from it. People are really making videos to make the money, if that makes any sense. Okay, I know this because I did it full-time. These people make it sound like a fucking cakewalk. It's like, no, it's not, dude. It's not just Goodwill. My favorite thrift store in my town, run by a nonprofit, has a no-kill animal sanctuary. That's good. I have supported them for years, but in the last 6 to 8 months, their prices have doubled and tripled. They get all that stuff as donations for free. Well, yeah, you saw Goodwill's website. I showed you it. It's a good time. You get a good laugh on there. But also, I am that kind of guy that'll go to eBay and buy a used lamp for $250. I'm serious. I do that kind of, like, not all the time. It's not like a habit of mine to just go buy $250 lamps used from 1985. But I just did it recently. I'm that kind of guy that will pay the overpriced asking thing, but for something quality. I'm not going to pay that for just a fucking funky skirt made in 2020. You know what I mean? That's kind of the point we're getting at. Goodwill is not a charity helping people with... Oh, yeah, of course. All right. People seriously need to stop donating. I have worked for Goodwill before, and the higher ups in the stores and distribution centers take all of the good stuff home. There you go. Remember me and my boy Brian's truck riding around getting it, just the bandits throwing shit in the back. I'm in there digging, getting all the good stuff, baby. It's fucked up, but you know, I didn't have a real job. I had to make some motherfucking money. Not to mention how many people are going to spend their Saturday doing that. You know what I mean? I mean, it was like a 7-hour day. That's why I only did it twice. I was like, dude, this is kind of just too much, bro. Like, this is a real job here. And it was a lot of work, too. There's no AC in that truck. I was like, this sucks, dude. I live in South Florida, so. I stopped shopping at Goodwill. Their used t-shirts are $5. Yeah, just 6 years ago, you could get $1.99. Just a good deal. $1.99, like, even if it's a basic shirt that you're not going to resell, it's practical, right? Like, even homeless people are being priced out. Let's just put it that way. All right. A lot of people are just, oh my God, was at Goodwill last week, and they are selling the same flamingo socks I bought last summer from a Dollar Tree for $125 for $250. That kind of sums it up. I want to end on this note. This is what I want to end on. Let's go back to their website real quick. Now, hold on. This is something I want to point out. Right here is some baseball cards. Okay. Now, I was in the resale game for a while, so I understand there's different niches and different markets. I had vintage electronics down. I had vintage clothing down. I had new stuff down, cameras. I had like 7 things that I knew a lot about. But this right here, baseball cards, is not one of them. So the problem with this is when they go, we have Pokemon cards. Dude, we've got 1992 baseball cards. These are worth fucking so much money, dude. The truth is these are probably worth absolutely nothing. That's the truth. And that's why they ended up at Goodwill in the first place. And now they want $18.99 when someone couldn't even give these away to their grandkid. The grandkid goes, dude, throw them in the trash. So that's kind of the issue with Goodwill. Everything they get, whether it's worth $1 and they're trying to sell it for $5, or it's worth nothing and they're trying to sell it for $18 from downtown. Anyway, solid talk. You guys leave your thoughts. I'll leave that other YouTube channel down below, which is actually just a bunch of TikTok pages, so I'll still leave it there. Anyways, hell of a talk. Shout out to everybody that bought a Caddy Daddy tee. Also, shout out to Ronald K. You won the gold giveaway, $450 coin, so check your email. And if you don't see this, well, you'll just get free gold in the mail. Anyways, hell of a talk. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Nestor, are you good?
Yeah.
All right.